Thank you for coming back from our replay reviews. My name is Leah.
And my name is Kathy.
We are two friends who are here to replay, review, and analyze your favorite video games. And since Kathy has never seen the games before, it helps me view them through her fresh eyes, almost like I'm discovering them again for the first time.
We hope it'll be a similar experience for you. I don't know how to start.
This is going to be a short episode. Last episode was obviously quite a bit longer than usual, and I think we got a lot out that we needed to say in that episode.
Emotions were high.
Yeah. I guess let's just start and we'll finish out our first wave of Yakuza.
Yes, a great way to end the 3-part Yakuza that we started with season 1, 2, and 3.
But not a great way to end the game.
Yeah. Let's get into it. Topic 1. And this is a question we've been asking throughout. What is the point of Kiryu in this game? Like, if he didn't exist, would there still be a plot?
Why is he here?
Mm-hmm. And I'll get into it. Like, he has no purpose. And he doesn't add anything to the plot. We didn't need him. Honestly, I think it reiterates the fact that Sayama could have and should have been the protagonist and just shot him and just take over.
He does nothing. Next to nothing. Okay, well, first of all, they make him look like an idiot and because at the start of the game, he says he wants to be a civilian, he wants to be a good father to Haruka. And boy, does he change his mind on that at the drop of a hat. So he goes against everything that he says he wants at the start of the game, so that's a little bit, like, jarring. Even though he says he wants those things, he still wants to protect the Tojo for some reason, and goes way out of his way to do it. It doesn't compute.
I feel like, because the main point of this game is to have someone for Ryuji to go up against because he needs to fight to be the dragon. And that could have been anyone in the Tojo clan. It could have been Kashiwagi. It could have been Majima if he went back in. It didn't need to be Kiryu.
And also, why does he even care about fighting Ryuji? To the death, nonetheless. This is someone who is supposed to be averse to killing. But he's willing to fight this man to the death just to be the one true dragon when he's not even in the Yakuza and he wants to be a civilian. And he's apparently in love with Sayama, but he wants to kill her brother. Like, everything about it is just confusing. Okay, I did include an argument in favor of Kiryu being in this game.
Ooh, okay.
It's short. But, so he brings Daigo back, which provides a new leader for the clan. And he convinces Majima to help out, which pushes the Omi back and pinpoints the bombs. However, those are really kind of like the only things he does. He could have stayed out of it and just like advised them to bring in Daigo and Majima. And even after this, which essentially is the first 2 chapters of the game, his character's kind of useless, which I think is why he is so flawed in the game. They just tried to force him into a story that didn't truly need him. Anything else on topic 1, or should we move on to burning questions?
Let's do burning questions.
Alright, so question 1, if Ryuji didn't die, what would his character be like in the rest of the series? So, I start out by saying, here's what I would have liked to see. I would have liked to see him take over the Omi Alliance, leading to a great setup for another game where he could be the main villain, who we still find it hard to dislike him. And it follows him trying to overthrow the Tojo clan and Kamurocho. What I realistically think the writers would do with him, if he were to live, is I think it would be pretty boring. He would give it all up. He would no longer care about being the one true dragon. Because essentially he was kind of used by the Jingguan, right? And his father lied to him. So I think he'd be a little butthurt about being in the Yakuza. And we saw him pretty excited to know that Sayama was his sister. So I think that he would want to get to know her, and the 2 of them would just leave, go start new lives somewhere, and we never hear anything about either one of them ever again.
I think mine's kind of similar at this, and this is all based on the assumption that Kiryu continues to stay out of like mafia business. Is Ryuji would realize that that's his sister, and then maybe he would continue to dismantle the Jingguan because that is really what harmed him, and also the chairman. So then I feel like he wouldn't run Omi Alliance, he would just destroy that. Or maybe he just sits back and lets the Jingguan destroy the Tojo clan and like you, then just kind of run away and be a big brother to Sayama. Like you said, he was excited and he seemed like he actually cared about that.
I just don't think that the writers would do him justice if he were to live. I think that's
No,
the one silver lining to his death.
yeah. They didn't
They
have
would
time
have
to
ruined
ruin
him.
him.
Yeah.
So, question 2, as I kind of skimmed through Reddit, there seems to be a lot of discussion about whether Kiwami 2 sucked compared to Y0 and Kiwami 1, or if people enjoyed it compared to the other two games. So, I'm curious what your thoughts are.
Okay.
Because you're the ones who actually played everything, and I just watched the storyline.
My perspective, there's two main reasons. Number one, as discussed, Kiryu sucks in this game. He honestly does not even really feel like the same character that we saw in Yakuza 0 or Kiwami 1. And then number two is the lack of clarity around a villain. They keep the events of the past so hidden just for the sake of having countless repetitive surprises that we have a really hard time zeroing in on who the bad guy actually is. And I think they noticed this and tried to remedy it with Ryuji. My bet would be that he was a late addition to the game and that Sayama was originally supposed to be the missing child, but they realized they needed a more visual villain. So they created Ryuji and gave him the simple motive of wanting to be the one true dragon. And then also additionally really dumb things like the Kazuki double, the florist's son.
The tattoo thing?
Yeah.
And then also forcing a romantic plot line into it where it doesn't fit.
Also, let's not forget the, 5 or 6 wild goose chases we had to go on.
Oh,
And
yeah.
the game seems aware of it. When they get the shogi tile that they needed to find Mirai? And the guy tries to steal it from them, and Sayama's like, hey, we just went on this wild goose chase to find it. Even the game knows that they're doing that, but they still do it. Okay, should we move on to topic 3?
Majima Makoto, everything and anything goes for this category.
So, I'm gonna just let you I honestly, I have, one note.
Okay.
So, whatever you are still feeling,
Yes.
I don't know, open-ended about, let's just get into it.
Yeah, and I think this is finally me processing 3 games worth of content. We had to take it back to in Y0. We had this big argument, and my thought was that Majima took away her choice to make a decision, and your argument was that he made the best choice for her, even if it meant taking away her choice. And we kind of see similar themes again in this third game. I think somewhere between Y0 and Kiwami 2, I was hoping that she would come to her senses and be like, you know what? I think it's okay to be with Majima. And this one just pretty much shut that door in my face because it's probably never going to happen. Logically, I know why this whole story is the way it is. My heart just isn't catching up to it. And I think I'm finally catching on to why sometimes a not so happily ever after is the best way to end it. I feel such pain in my heart knowing that his love has no bounds for her, and she won't ever know the extent how much he puts her first consistently. And so I think that's kind of where my frustrations are, is I feel like Makoto needs to know how much Majima loves her.
Well, you kind of highlighted a difference between Kiryu and Majima, if we can continue to just bash Kiryu.
Okay.
Because Majima does what Kiryu should have done, right? And not bring someone back into the Yakuza. Kiryu should have either decided, I am cutting all ties with the Yakuza to raise Haruka, or I'm too dangerous of a person to raise Haruka. It's kind of a similar situation to Majima Makoto, but Majima makes the right choices. He's being responsible. And if he can't leave the Yakuza, then he can't risk putting Makoto in harm's way, because it's, from his perspective, kind of selfish, right? But Kiryu does that. And I think it just highlights a big difference with the two and why Majima is perhaps so much more satisfying as a character.
Majima made his bed, and he's willing to lay down in this very lonely little bed that he made for himself, knowing that Makoto's going to be safe and sound and happy. I want Makoto to know that that's how much Majima's willing to sacrifice for her. And I think I'm frustrated because she'll never know.
It's hard. And that's why it's sad. But that's also why it's good.
I get it. I finally, going back to Y0, had I known this was going to be happening, I think I would have taken back saying that. I kind of understand that, yes, she should have had her own choices. But because Majima is the man he is, and he was doing this out of just absolute protection for her, it kind of makes sense. And I understand why this is probably one of your favorite romantic plots of all time.
But also, can you imagine how much worse this game would be if we didn't have Majima? He is a godsend in this game. These chapters are a much needed break
from the stupidity that we've been seeing.
Yes.
So that was just my rant. I just needed to get it off my chest to say that.
Closure.
Closure. And 3 years ago, I don't think I would have known I would get to where I am now with understanding and being closer to the acceptance stage.
Well,
I think it's a good transition to topic 4, KFCs. So, point 1, stale biscuit. I'll let you choose. There's not many to choose from.
Yuya.
But here, the problem with Yuya is that that's his personality. It's like you can't really blame him for that. Like, it's not his fault. He's stupid.
He's just stupid.
Yeah. No. Do you want to guess again?
I don't think this is what it is, but I kind of want it to be Besho just because he completely fell out of the story and we never heard from him again.
I forgot that he existed, so I didn't even consider him. So that is a great point. But for me, it's Date. And I just have a vendetta against this guy. He's so useless, has low observation skills, unable to take care of a child, or makes a wrong decision by bringing her closer to a bomb. And multiple people get shot in this game because he's either distracting them, has a very, very, very bad timing. I feel like he's even less important than Kiryu to this plot. So we should have just gotten rid of him.
I think we've mentioned this before, but the characters they decide to hold on to throughout the series versus the ones they don't is mind-boggling.
At this point, Haruka just needs to go to college and just leave, because what a useless character.
Can we just kill her off already? Come on.
Anyways, moving on. The actual KFC category, Kathy's favorite character. I think this is obvious, but I'll let you still go.
Ryuji.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how any of us could pick someone else besides him. An absolute beast of a man who's the epitome of integrity, competence, and confidence. I feel mad that he had to lose to Kiryu, and I understand it's for the plot, but he just needs to change his hair color, but otherwise he's like the perfect guy to marry besides Majima.
Are we on KFC or Kentucky Scorcher right now?
Oh, KFC.
You're moving ever so slightly closer to Kentucky Scorcher.
Well, okay. So I guess who do you think my KS is?
It would have to be, well, I would say either him or Majima, but I feel like you could pull a fast one and say Daigo.
Daigo's too young for me, though. I feel creepy choosing a man who still wears a puffy jacket, like a child.
No, I don't think he's that young.
I even wrote in my notes like I think Daigo if I was a bit like if he was a bit further matured in this game, because he's still young and I still see him as a child from Y0.
I'm trying to find how old he is in this game.
Oh, that's actually a great point.
30. He's 30.
In Kiwami?
Yeah.
Wait,
someone older than you is too young for you, Kathy.
No, wait. How old was he in Y0 then?
12.
He looked like 7. But that's how I remembered him as. Anyways, so
he's dressed like a dumbass, but he's not that young.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, my KS was Majima. I can see why you think so highly of him. I don't know. There's something about his confidence and like the way he carries himself in this game, and also maybe it's because I was like pretty much blind when Nishiki existed, and that's why he was my chaos. But now that Nishiki's no longer part of the picture, I do think that there's something in his eyes. Like, you can see how intelligent this man is. I'm leaning towards the Majima team.
He's just so complex, it's hard to not like him.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, we forgot to mention, we didn't do blind picks because Kathy knows a lot of the characters already.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of defeats the purpose of the experiment.
Yeah. So your LFC, though, I feel like it's either Ryuji or Majima, but I actually don't know who you would choose.
I think it probably would be Ryuji. I really liked Shindo and Yayoi, but they just didn't have enough screen time to be a favorite.
So you like, in terms of your favorite character, Ryuji more than Majima?
I think so, just because of how refreshing he is as a character. I mean, Majima's a close, it could be a tie, because I do think that this is peak Majima, but I just think Ryuji is a character that we don't really see in this series. So I feel like we just have to give him props for that.
Yeah. What about Kentucky Scorcher, though?
Probably Majima or Daigo. If we're going off of personality, Majima. If it's just looks, Daigo. Without the coat.
Yeah,
or
without the coat. I will
nipples.
say that once he took that jacket off, definitely Daigo then.
Again, none of them have body hair. They're still bathing in Nair. Still, to this day.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. They're all very silky smooth baby skin.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea how much upkeep that probably is? Not worth it.
Yeah, I know. Okay,
Oof.
topic
Okay.
5. Counts and stats.
There are 3 hidden stats this time.
One of them, I guess, how many people were actually, like, dead, like, we know for sure.
No, that's too hard to know.
So if that's not the stat, I guess, should I
One
try
more
again
guess
or
on
do
stat 1.
Ooh. Are they gonna hit?
Language.
How many times English music came up?
It was Nani's.
Oh.
And not just in a sentence. It's just when they use it as their sentence.
Why do I feel like I don't remember any, but I feel like they had to have said something. Can I get how many digits there are in this number?
No.
Oh, okay. It's either not a lot or an abundance of it. I'd say, I don't know, 100? That's too much. Let's go with 50. Somewhere in the middle.
6.
Oh dang. I was like, it's 3 or 100, and I was like, let's do 100.
You thought it was going to be another bird situation. You overcompensated.
I can't ever be confident with myself ever again with that bird thing.
All right.
Ugh.
Stat number 2. You get 2 guesses. If you don't guess this one, I'm going to be mad at you. That's my hint.
How many times Kiryu was being stupid? Like, I don't know how to quantify that.
I feel like that's just one long,
unending stupidity.
you know what I mean? There's only one, but it's the whole game.
Yeah.
But
Ooh,
no, it's not what it is.
I would say, how many times an NPC did something weird, like walk close and then turn around, or pretend to have dicks? That were, you know what I mean? The Kasama thing.
Yeah, I know what you mean. No.
Ugh. Percentage or count?
Count.
Hint? I need a hint.
I gave you a hint. I said I would be
you're
really mad at you if you don't get it.
How many, like, door slams or, like, Kiryu's anger outburst?
Closer, but no.
How many
You're
times
gonna be
I
so
was
mad
angry?
at yourself. Slaps.
Oh my god.
I thought for sure you were gonna get this one.
You know, you either make it very hard or you make it very easy, and I seem to never get the right one. So we know in the beginning, Soyeon, and then we have, well, did Yayoi slap Shindo? I can't remember. And then Sayama slapping the dude slapping Sayama, like 4 slaps right there. I feel like it has to be one more male slap than a female slapping male. So I would say 5.
5.
Yeah.
And 1 punch.
Nice.
Yeah, we had 2 male on female slaps, 2 female on male slaps, and 1 male on male slap. In case you were curious.
Wait, what male?
Majima slaps the guy. Murata is his name that I made up for him. I still have yet to confirm if that's true.
His
Before
right hand
the fish
man.
lips. Yeah. And then Sayama gets the life punched out of her face in the clinic.
And the thing is, her dad just watched.
Actually, though.
Yeah.
Okay. It's time to redeem yourself. Third stat. What is it?
It's so hard. Hint? I'm just gonna automatically have to give me a hint each time.
I don't know how good of a hint this is. But it's something people do. Multiple people.
Hide? Like how many times someone was like not hiding, but like around the corner, like I can't even think of the English words in my mind.
Like eavesdropping?
Yeah, eavesdropping. That's what the word is. Good golly, could not think of it.
No.
Oh gosh.
All that work thinking of the word. It was cigarettes smoked.
What? Oh my god. Was there even that many people smoking? I know Kiryu smoked like twice with Sayama, or probably even more. I don't think Majima smokes. I don't think it's a lot. I think like 3?
Is that your guess?
Yeah.
Well, there were 3 cigars, but there were 23 cigarettes.
Oh my gosh. I need examples.
Well, the florist smokes cigars. We saw him 3 times, and he always had one. Kiryu has one multiple times. I think he smokes in Serena about 3 times, on the bridge once. Kashiwagi offered the juice box cigarette to Daigo.
Okay.
There's a lot. Oh, I still can't believe you
Anyways.
didn't guess slaps.
I'm kind of upset at myself for not guessing that either. Yeah,
Wow.
we're gonna have to end it. Yeah, what a way to end this game.
Well, I haven't recorded the gameplay for the next game, so there will probably not be a hidden quote to guess.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll be back on Christmas Eve with Scary Christmas. I'm excited.
Me too. For Christmas and not for the scary game. Anyways,
Okay, well,
we're gonna close it. We'll see you Christmas Eve.
mm-hmm.
Audacity on 1, 3, 2, 1.
Thank you for listening, and don't forget to send in any questions, comments, or game suggestions. You can find all our contact info on our website, replayreviewspod.com, or contact us directly through our site.
Did we completely miss something? Are we way off the mark? Or you just want us to take a deeper look at anything from the game? We'll tackle any topics you all want to hear in our season wrap-up episode.
We also have a Reddit where we discuss anything we're curious about. Go take a look and let us know what you're thinking. Our theme music is Condemned by Eggy Toast. They'll play you out, and we'll be back next week.